It was meant to be one of the biggest shocks of this year's Wimbledon. Grigor Dimitrov, the stylish, talented Bulgarian, was leading the world No.1 Jannik Sinner by 2-0. He had center court in awe, 6-3, 7-5. He was halfway to pulling off the impossible. But then, tragedy struck. At 2-2 in the third set, Dimitrov served an ace and immediately dropped to the ground. Clutching his right pectoral muscle, the 19th seed was in visible agony. He left the court for treatment. But deep down, he knew. When he returned, it wasn't to fight. It was to say goodbye. He shook Sinner's hand, then the umpire's, barely able to lift his right arm. And with tears in his eyes, Dimitrov exited center court, broken, not beaten. It was his 5th consecutive Grand Slam, where he's been forced to retire mid-match due to injury. And while Jannik Sinner progressed to the quarterfinals, there was no joy in the victory. "I don't take this as a win," Sinner said. "Grigor is an incredible player and a good friend. Seeing him like that is just so tough." Hing. Earlier in the match, it was Sinner who appeared vulnerable. In just the first game, he slipped while hitting a backhand and injured his right elbow. For the first time in the tournament, the top seed was broken and never quite recovered in the first 2 sets. Midway through the second, Sinner called for a medical timeout. He was in clear discomfort. His serve shaky, his rhythm broken. Dimitrov sensed the moment and pounced, breaking Sinner to go 6-5, then calmly serving out the set. Before the third set began, Wimbledon officials made the controversial decision to close the roof, despite there being plenty of daylight left. It angered fans, and even legends. Andy Murray wrote on X, "So ridiculous to close the roof at this stage. It's an outdoor tournament." But once play resumed, the momentum shifted. Sinner looked sharper, moving better, while Dimitrov's body began to betray him. After lunging for a volley, he grabbed his chest in pain. He still somehow managed to fire an ace, but it was his final act. Moments later, he dropped to the ground in heartbreak, and the match was over. It wasn't just a retirement, it was the emotional collapse of a player who had fought so hard to finally reach his best again, only for injury to strike him down once more. As he walked off center court, the crowd rose in unison. They knew what they had witnessed, not just a brilliant performance, but a cruel ending to a Wimbledon dream.